Hey everyone, we're about to play our first game of French and Indian War Sharp Practice. I'm here with Kevin, this is Johnny, and we're going to go over the forces quickly. We already did force morale. Kevin's the British and he's starting at 11, and I am the French and Indians starting at 10.
All right, so here are the British. It's early French and Indian War list. So I've got a guy named George Washington, level 1 leader, leading some provincials. The main group is 2 groups of 8 British line, led by Braddock himself and a sergeant, just named Moore. And then I've got some Highlander infantry under the command of a guy named Captain Smith. And then last but not least, Robert Rogers, or whatever his first name was, is leading some what are they called? The Rangers.
Yep.
Right. And they're going to try to deal with those pesky Indians.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, that's the British force. Next is the French. All right, here's the French forces, starting with Captain Richard, great-grandfather of the famous Rocket Richard from the Napoleonic series on Tabletop CP, if you guys are watching that. He's leading a group of 2 French regulars. He also has Sergeant Bertrand as ever with him, with the main group, and they also have a musician with them. Next, we have Lieutenant Laperriere and 6 Compagnie de la Marine French skirmishers. We have Chief Wimatanye and the 12 natives assisting the French here. Also with a Frenchman who's gone native. We don't talk about him anymore. And lastly, we have Lieutenant Rousseau and more French Marine skirmishers. So that's it, 5 leaders each. This is kind of a view of the battlefield here. We've already set our deployment points, so we're ready to go, and we'll come back after the cards have been dealt. All right, so we're ready to begin. Here comes the first card. Looks like blue leader 1. So that is my main man. I'll get started with movement and come back. Okay, so Captain Richard just came in off the main deployment point here in the back. Within 6 inches, there's nobody there. They just came on in column. So next card.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag. Ooh, 3 flags in a row.
3 flags in a row. So yeah, I'm the last guy who did something, so we'll roll on the table and get back. All right, Kevin's got the table ready, so we're gonna go ahead and start rolling and see what happens to these guys. A 6.
Step out, lads. The unit has spring in its step. It may add 1d6 of movement immediately.
All right, so let's see how much extra they get. 6. All right, so I'll move them up and we'll get started back drawing cards. All right, so I moved my guys and we're waiting for the next draw. 3 flags, so you can bring on somebody if you want, or you can just hold off, up to you.
I'll hold off.
Okay, and there's your mistake. So we're gonna reshuffle and we'll be right back. All right, the deck is shuffled and we're starting from the next turn. Blue flag.
Start.
Red flag. Oh, blue leader 3. Blue leader 3 is my natives, so I will probably deploy them and come right back. All right, so I deployed my natives, Chief Wimatanye, into the woods 12 inches from the deployment point, and Kevin's gonna pull the next card. And the Tiffin. So, yep, nothing again.
No, you're French. You're leader.
Oh, that's right, I can activate 1 unit since I do have them on the table, and Kevin has nothing. So I'll move them and get back. All right, so I got a bit of an extra move these guys a little further up in column, and now Kevin's gonna draw the next card, which is red leader 3, who is...
It is George Washington.
George Washington, so we're gonna see if Kevin decides to bring him on or not, and we'll be right back. All right, so Kevin did bring on Washington and the boys 6 inches from deployment, and now we are gonna go ahead and come back here. Oh, ooh. Red leader 1 is Braddock, so we'll see if Kevin brings him on, and we'll be right back. All right, so Kevin has decided to bring Braddock on. So they're all in column. A little crowded back there, but he wants to get things going. So we're gonna draw the next card. Oh, the Tiffin. So yeah, well, good turn for Kevin. Got his stuff on, and we'll reshuffle and come back. All right, new turn.
Blue 5.
Blue leader 5. That is one of the skirmisher groups. So I will figure out where they go and start deploying. All right, Lieutenant Rousseau came on, the French Company de la Marine skirmishers, bolstering the native allies there, and trying to start pecking away at the British, and we're going to draw the next card.
Blue 1.
Ooh, Blue leader 1, that is my big man, so I will get them moved and get back to you guys. All right, so the regulars formed into line and moved up 8 inches, so they're actually moving pretty quickly up the table. I'm hoping to neutralize that deployment point, but we'll see, and we're going to go to the next card. It is red leader 3.
That's George Washington.
All right, so Washington moved up is 2d6, and he's ended up there. So next card.
Blue flag.
Blue flag.
Ooh.
Red leader 1, that's Braddock, so we'll get back once Kevin's done moving. All right, so Kevin moved Braddock up in column. They got right behind Washington, and they're hoping to break out of this little corner here. And we're gonna go back here.
Leader 3 blue.
Red, blue leader 3, that is Chief Wimatanye in the field forest over there, so I'll get him moving and get back. All right, so I moved up Wimatanye up to the edge of the woods there, and we're going to go to the next card.
Blue 2.
Blue 2 is my sergeant, so they're just not going to do anything.
4.
All right, blue 4. That is my last group that's Rousseau and his skirmishers, so I'll bring them on and come back. All right, we brought in La Perriere there with the other skirmishers, so go to the next card.
Flag.
Red flag.
2 flags.
Red leader 4. That is
the
Grenadiers.
Grenadiers.
All right, so we'll see what Kevin does and come back. All right, so Kevin brought the Highland Grenadiers there in the woods. So now we'll keep drawing. Blue flag. I think I'll save it for now.
Tiffin.
And the Tiffin. So we'll see what gets activated and we'll get back. All right, we're back. We had moved everything, so the flags were not very useful. So next turn, blue flag. Red flag. Blue flag. So the last unit that came on was the Grenadiers. So we'll
Here, I got it.
2d6 for movement.
8. Address the ranks. The group is worse than it looks. A formation, not a group, reduces any die movement in the next turn by half. Well, it's a group.
Yeah. So nothing there. So just go to the next card.
Blue 5.
Blue 5 is Rousseau and the Marine skirmishers, so I'll move them and get back. All right, so Rousseau moved up, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a slight hill underneath the mat. So they're moving up the hill, trying to start harassing the British, and we'll go ahead and draw the next card.
Blue 1.
Blue leader 1, so that is Richard and his regular group, so I'll move them and get back. All right, so Richard, they moved up, but rolled really poorly, so they only got up 4 inches. So not quite able to negate that movable deployment point yet. So let's go. Blue leader 3, that is my natives, so I'll move them and get going. All right, so Chief Wimatanye and his group moved up out of the woods to kind of secure the flank of Richard, and draw on the next card. Red leader 4.
It's the Grenadiers.
That's the Grenadiers, so Kevin will move them and we'll get back. All right, so Kevin moved the Grenadiers up 1d6, and with his second action, he told them to present. So he's hoping for a sharp practice, the 2 flags that come out to blast the natives. We'll see.
No, blue 4.
Blue 4, that is Rousseau and the other Marine skirmishers, so I'll move them up and come back. So Lieutenant Leperrier and the Marine skirmishers moved up 8 inches, and we're back to the draw.
Leader 2 is my sergeant.
So nothing there.
Ooh, there it is.
2 flags. So are you going to burn sharp practice? He is. All right. So he's going to fire. Looks like what, 8 shots plus
Do I get the leader or no?
No, I don't think you get the leader. So just 8 shots. We measured. He's at long range, but it's his first fire presenting. So he's going to be hitting on 4s. So let's see what we got there.
4 hits.
4 hits. All right.
Damn you, math.
Yeah. So 4 hits on the natives. Let's see what happens. They are in the open.
Oh.
1 shock. So I'll mark them and come back. So Kevin fired. We got the smoke because it was a sharp practice. And they have 1 point of shock on them. So Tiffin. So I have 2 cards, and I think that's it. So we'll see what we can do and come back. All right, we're back. Next turn.
There he is.
Red leader 1, that's Braddock. So Kevin's going to do his movement and we'll come back. All right, so Kevin activated Braddock and he ordered Washington to kind of move out of the way. Not as far as he'd like, but he gave him enough space for Braddock to move up and then with his last command, form up into a firing line. So next cards.
Ooh.
Red flag.
Red 4.
Red leader 4.
Which is Captain Smith of the
Grenadiers.
Grenadiers.
So Kevin will do his Grenadiers and we'll come right back. All right, so Kevin's just going to keep blasting away at the natives. He's firing uncontrolled, so it'll be 6s this time. I see a few.
2
hits. So 2 saves on the natives. They're in the open. So 1's dead. So I'll take him away. All righty. I'm not recording. All right, it's fine. And blue flag. All right. Red flag. So 1 more, and it's a firing event. Hopefully you get damp squib.
No.
Oh, it's a red turn. Red leader 3.
That's Washington. Who's
Washington is activated, so he can't really do anything. That is my sergeant, who can't do anything. I'll keep going. 3. I think I will use all 3 to activate my big man. So I'll be right back once I'm done with all that. All right, so I move Captain Richard up, hoping we're playing a dangerous game, but I'm hoping his cards will come up first next turn. And then I also ordered my natives and Chief Wimatanye to kind of get out of the line of sight and try to move into the woods, but they rolled pretty poorly. So next card.
Before I flip this, I'm going to sharp practice
Okay.
the reload.
Okay. So he's going to sharp practice his Grenadiers.
I've learned my lesson. I'm going to spend my cards.
Yeah. That's blue leader 4, so that is Leperrier and the Marine skirmishers. So I'll move them. All right, so Leperrier moved up a little bit, and he's going to take his shots at the column there, or not column anymore, line. That'd be 4 or 6 shots plus 1 for him, hitting on 4s because it's first fire. So not great. 3 hits.
Stella.
And that's our French poodle going nuts, not approving of those rolls. So
Saves. 3 points a shot.
3 points a shot, not bad. All right, so Leperrier and his group fired at Braddock, and we got him 3 shocks. So they are unloaded because that's no more actions. So
Where did I spend the cards?
red flag. Blue leader 5. That's Rousseau, the other group of Marine skirmishers. So I'll move them up and come back. All right, Rousseau and his skirmishers did a long move, and they're in the woods now. So hoping to get around and hurt some Highlanders. Let's see. Next card. Oh, big man. Blue leader 1. All right, so this is going to be a big one. I'll come back. All right, so Richard, I won or not won yet, but I got lucky with my card coming out first. So they are going to present and fire. He also ordered Chief Wimatanye to move up into the woods a little. Maybe they can do something. We'll see. Their 2d6 was pretty good, but and I'm just going to fire into Braddock. So we have 19. We counted them up already. Needing 2s since it's first fire, close range, and presented. So needing 2s. There we go. Oh wow, they're all over the place. We'll count them up. It looks like we missed one here, missed one here, missed one here. Anything else?
Looks like it.
Looks like 15 saves.
All 3 groups.
So we're gonna split them up and we'll come back. So we split it up. We can just hit all 3 groups, so each one's getting 5. So we're starting with Washington. Just 2 points of shock.
That's not bad.
That's not too bad. I'll leave that there.
Here's the one with Braddock.
With Braddock.
Ooh.
Wow, just 1 point of shock. All right, not looking great for the French so far. And the last group on the edge there. All right, 1 dead and 2 points of shock. So overall, not the devastating volley I was hoping for. But yeah, all right, so they're unloaded and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Next flag is blue flag for me. I might have to sharp practice. Red flag.
Hold on to it.
And if we get another one in a row. Nope.
Hey.
There's, I
Remove a
believe,
shock.
that's his sergeant. He's going to remove a shock. Easy enough.
Oh,
Red leader 5. Rogers finally comes on. He's going to be,
11th hour.
his movable deployment point might be not so good.
It's a little.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get there, but we'll see where he goes with them, and we'll be right back. All right, so Kevin brought in Roger and his Rangers in the woods over there. And yeah, that's it. So he decided not to fire. So
I will. Let's see. Oh, sharp practice. You sure that you're French light infantry
with the Grenadiers.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to sharp practice and continue to fire at my light infantry with the Grenadiers. So that's 8 shots. Needing 6s, I believe, still. 2 hits. So I got 2 saves here. They count as being in soft cover thanks to being light infantry. Oh, God. All right. So we'll check that. And, well, actually, that's 2 dead.
And nothing to check.
Yeah, well, it could be my leader because I could roll a 1. So let's see. No, it's a 4. So the 2 dead. That's actually pretty good shooting by the Grenadiers. All right. So we'll go back to the next card.
3?
Yep. 3 is my natives. They got activated. So the leader will just remove a point of shock. Tiffin, that's the end. I have 1 flag, and they'll get back once I'm done. All right, so everything had gone for me, and almost the same for Kevin. So next turn, red flag. It's not good. Oh, great. That's Braddock. So this could be a big turn for him. We'll let him decide what he wants to do, and we'll be right back here. So Braddock had Washington move out of the way, and he just made it. The provincials are going to be in a weird spot. They are kind of getting shot in the side, but Kevin decided it was worth it to be able to present and fire. He's going to be hitting me on 2s, so anything but, because it's his first shot. We're within 12, and he's presenting. So.
And this is the first group of 10.
Here's the first 10.
8
misses, 8 hits so far. Yep.
And then here's the 14 total.
14 hits. So I got to split those amongst 3 groups, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we split it up. We got 5 per regular group and 4 on the natives in there because they're within that giant arc of fire. So here's the first 5 with the group with Richard in it. Looks like 2 points of shock. The next 5 with with Sergeant Bertrand. A dead and 2 points of shock. So not horrible yet. And lastly, we got Chief Wimatanye and his 4. They're in hard cover because they're in the woods. So A dead only. So, all right, we'll total up all the shock and be right back. All right, so after everything, he's unloaded. I have lost a guy in the regular group, 2 shock on each group, and then another native bites the dust. So next card. Oh, red flag.
Hold on to it.
He's holding on to it.
Ooh.
3. He's
Now I'm getting greedy.
getting greedy. Oh, 4 flags. That's 3 flags in a row, and you got 4 flags. So you can fire again.
Well, let's see if what I gotta do a firing event.
Yeah, so we'll do the firing random event. So go ahead and roll your 2d6. 9.
Charge them to hell. Inspired by their volley and convinced the enemy is done for, the fires surge towards 2d6 inches. If they make contact, they fight fisticuffs immediately and are counted as aggressive in the first round of combat.
Oh, wow. So it looks
God
like...
bless the king.
Yeah, let's see if he can make it. Not with double ones, so they actually...
Charge them to hell. But let's keep it a little, you know.
Yeah, with the... They have about 4 shock on them, so they actually don't move forward at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because they have 3
Well,
shock.
3 shock,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah, so they kind of thought better of it, I guess. All right, so... but you do have 4 flags, so you can technically fire again if you wanted to. You can activate Braddock as unit, so he's going to do it. So he's going to, I assume, present and just fire again.
no, I got to reload.
Reload. And you're going to present, or you're going to fire uncontrolled?
Uncontrolled.
He's doing it uncontrolled. All righty. So we'll total it up and come back. All right, so we totaled it up. He's going to fire uncontrolled. Braddock's going to do it's 17 shots. So here's the first 10, hitting on 4s. It looks not bad so far. What do we got?
6.
6 hits, okay, and 7 more. 3 more hits.
9 total.
Yep. All right, so we got 9 hits. Looks like
each.
3 on each, so I can do that pretty simply. So here's the first 3 for Richard's group. Whoops. Oh, geez, that's bad. So we'll leave that there. Looks like 2 shock and a dead. The next 3 for Bertrand's group. Just a point of shock. It could be worse. And the natives finally getting hard cover. They get a point of shock. So, all right, so we lost another French regular, and they're pretty precious. One of the groups is up to 4 shock now, which isn't good. And Kevin is unloading, firing uncontrolled. So, next card. Blue flag, it's nice. Blue leader 4, that is Le Perrier and the Marine skirmishers. So we'll move them and... Yep, so Le Perrier, they're just gonna fire, load and fire, so they're gonna be unloaded still. And they're gonna fire at the big group there. Hitting on 5s. Pretty good, 4 hits, so looks like 2 and 2.
Can you see both of them?
Let's see. Through the smoke, yes, looks like it. So first group.
You guys?
Yep.
Ooh.
2 shock, nice. And Braddock's group, another shock. So 3 shoulder shock. All right, so we're putting some shock on Braddock's group, and we're just gonna go with the next card here. Blue leader 2 is my sergeant, so I'm actually going to burn a flag and have him pull some shock off these guys to go down to 2 shock. And next turn, so burn that flag. Yep, need to get that under control. Red leader 3, George Washington. Oh, he got activated.
But
he can pull shock. Yeah.
He's only a level 1.
It's his first time, so
He's still a little newbie.
yeah. Red leader 3, that is my natives, so I will figure out what to do with them, and we'll come back.
Like these guys, or
We'll figure that part out. Well, they're a single tribe, so I'm just gonna fire at this formation. I don't think they're not a formation, so they kind of pick at the group. So I moved up my natives. They got a pretty lousy roll, but I was able to get enough of them to kind of clear the woods a little bit. And they're gonna fire into Braddock's 2 groups of line here. They haven't fired, but they don't get first fire anyway. And they're poor shots. So 9 total after the leader, hitting on 4s. So looks like 1, 2, 3, just 3 hits. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So we'll put 2 on the group with Braddock and 1 on the other group.
Braddock.
All right, so kill there and a point of shock.
Are they light infantry?
No, so it's just they're poor shots, so they can't even they can't aim for anything. Fine from the hip. So they'll be unloaded, and we'll start the next. All right, so we cleaned up there, and next card. Oh, I think yeah, well, it's my big man, so I'll figure out what I want to do and come back. All right, so Captain Richard. He's level 3, so he took 2 shock off to kind of balance out the shock there. And then he's just going to fire uncontrolled into this big blob of people. So it's 16, we totaled it up. Looking for 4s now, since we're just close range, blazing away at each other. So let's see, what do we got here? Miss, miss, miss. Doesn't look... Is that 8 hits? So split it up on there.
I'm sorry, Braddock probably.
Braddock with 3. We'll put 3 on the Washington group, and then the 2 on the non-sergeant guy there. Yeah. So here's the Washington group. These are doubling shock because of the way he's facing.
No shock.
No shock, but 2 dead.
Okay.
It could be Washington though. On a 1.
Washington.
Oh, I saw the 1.
He has to free a nation first.
Yeah, oh, that's true. We wouldn't kill our founder. So this is Braddock. Oof, a dead and a shock, or 2 shock, yeah.
They're up to 4.
Yep.
And then 2 more.
And 2 more, last 2 here. 2 shock.
Shock, that gets them up to 8, which is
8, and they have... Oof. So
the
they're on the precipice of withdrawing. So we'll clean up or total everything up and be right back. All right, so we did all the maintenance, and next card. Red Leader 4.
That is, I believe, the Smith with the Grenadiers.
So he's gonna figure out what he's gonna do with the Grenadiers, or you're just gonna...
Yeah, I'll just fire.
At the light infantry again?
Yeah.
So he's just going to load and fire 8 shots plus Smith, who's level 2, so 10 total. Looking for 6s still. Is that 2 hits? You throw me 2 white dice over there. We'll just, yep.
Keep that.
So here's the 2. They're in light cover.
Ooh.
Oh, these guys are getting plucked away at this Grenadier fire. So just another dead. Luckily, they don't have any shock, but if they start taking any, they're going to be in trouble. All right, so we will just go to the next card since that's pretty straightforward. That is a blue flag. Could be useful for me.
Tiffin.
Oh, all right. We'll figure out what I haven't moved, and we'll be right back. So I moved up Rousseau with the 1 flag. They just use all their movement, and they're just getting as close as possible. Then start causing some chaos, hopefully. But we'll see. So first call. Oh, red flag. Red flag.
Oh, sharp practice. No.
He's not going to sharp practice. He should have maybe sharp practice.
No, it's even better.
Okay. He's going to do his stuff, and we'll be back. Cap here. So Kevin activated Rogers Rangers. He needed, I believe, a 10-inch move, and he got it on 3d6, and he's just going after the natives there, as is their specialty apparently. We tabulated everything up. He's going to throw his tomahawks first, so he's go ahead and roll your 6 tomahawks here. 5s and 6s is a shock, I believe, right?
2 shock.
Yep. So now those guys have 3 shock, which will take another point away from them. So we tabulated it up after everything. I believe, Kevin, you get 10, right?
Yep.
He gets 10, and I had 8. Now I'm down to 7 because I'm also unloaded. So go ahead. 5s and 6s. Oh, that's not looking good for me. I'll just put those to the side. Yeah.
6 dead.
Well, there's more than 6 dead. Those 5s are dead as well. That's 6.
No, 6 dead.
Oh.
And 4 points of shock, right?
Yeah. Oof, that's bad. All right, go ahead and clear those out for me. So my attack's back. This could be my leader as well. I actually think it's automatically going to be my leader, but we'll see if I can give him a little. Oh god, that's not good. One dead and one shock. But it could. You can't. I can't actually roll. He can't actually roll at less than one. So we're gonna figure it out and then see what happens. Was a devastating assault by the Rangers. We've got 6 guys left, but the leader. We're about to find out what happens to him. So let's see what happens to our leader. 2. I think he's knocked out.
1d6 on subsequent activations.
Yeah.
And at the end of the chapter, the leader will recover on a 5 or 6.
So we knock out our leader, and then we have status 1. He's a prominent leader, so status 2 leader, wounded or knocked out, right?
Wounded.
Wounded. So status 2 leader wounded. So the first one, 4.
Minus 1 point.
So -1 so far. And since he's a prominent leader, he also have to roll again to maybe get even more negative points. 2.
Is minus 1 point.
So -2 to my force morale for that. And there are 6 guys with 7 shock. So I'm going to have to also withdraw. So we'll do that part and we'll come back real quick. So we sorted everything out. My natives fled back 18 inches, gained an extra 4 shock for losing. So they're at 11 total shock with 6 guys. So they're not in great shape, but they're still not broken. And I lost 2 force morale points, putting me at 8. So we're ready for the next turn.
Oh, yeah.
Red leader 1, that's Braddock. So we'll see what Kevin does and come back.
They could probably only hit this group, but or are you allowed to spread anyway?
I think because you're not like a thing, you can kind of go that way.
That's
but
okay.
So Kevin he activated Braddock, and his first volley is going to be with Washington. He's presenting and firing, so he's anything but basically with 6 shots. 5 total hits. So we will spread those out.
I'll put 3 on the local leader.
Yep, makes sense. So with Richard, here's the first 3 in the open. So 2 points of shock. And here's with Bertrand's group, the dead. So no shock on that one. And now he's going to total up Braddock's group.
All right, so it's 13, so 16 minus 2, or
Yep.
so 14
minus another 3.
minus another 3.
So 11 total.
That's all of them.
Yep. So he's got 11 hitting on 4s because he's still firing uncontrolled. This
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, so 3 on each. So for Richard's group, 2 dead and a shock. So you need to take one of those guys off for me. Oh, actually, I got to roll. It could be Richard. It's not. So just put them over here. And then 3 more on... 2 more on Bertrand's group. Another point of shock.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to clean up everything and be right back. All right. So we've got 4 shock on one group, 3 on the other, and we've lost a pretty decent amount of dudes. And now we are going to the next card. Oh, blue leader 4. That is, I believe that is LePerriere. So I'm going to see what he's going to do and come back. So LePerriere uses 1d6 free movement to get a little closer. So now he's within 12 of Rogers Rangers. And there's only 4 shots, so I'm going to be hitting him on 3s. Ooh. Wow, 1 hit. So, yeah, nothing. Awesome. All right, let's just do the next card. Those are pretty uneventful French turns. Not looking great here for him. Oh, that's good. It's Bertrand, so he will remove 1 point of shock. So you can keep going while I do that.
Red flag.
Mm-hmm.
You're leader 1.
All right, so we'll figure out what he wants to do and come back. All right, so Richard did a little shock cleanup, removed more shock off the group that's missing some guys. And we're just going to keep firing uncontrolled into the mass here. So needing 4s. Let's see, so it's a miss. So we got there 8 hits. So 8 hits. We'll see how we spread them out.
3, 3, 2.
So I'll put 2 on that, yeah. Same way. So we'll do 3 on Washington's group here in the open. A dead and a 2 shock.
Yeah.
All right. Whittle them away a little bit. Braddock's group. 3 points of shock. Oh, that's getting there.
And 7 already.
And last group, the sergeant, a dead and another shock.
Okay, let's figure it out.
We'll figure it out and be right back. So after we cleaned everything up, one of the groups has excess shock, so they had to withdraw 1 inch, but they were able to stay in formation. So Kevin's going to roll on the bad things to see if anything happens for a group obliged to withdraw. 6, I believe, is a -1. So he's down to a 10 force morale. I have 8. And that's it. So we'll go ahead and draw the next card and see what we come up with. Ooh, red flag.
Okay.
It's not going to do it. Blue flag. You know what? I'm going to do it. So I'm going to burn these 2 to do put sharp practice on my regulars so they'll load up.
Are they still uncontrolled?
Yep, they're still in control. Yeah.
All right. That's 3 flags in a row.
That's 3 flags in a row. So I fired last, so Kevin's going to get the table out, and I'll just roll my 2d6 here. Let's see what we get. A 6.
Hopefully it's bad.
I think it is.
We're beating them, boys.
Mm-hmm.
The unit is inspired by their firing. Remove 1 point of shock from all groups that fired. That's
All right.
shenanigans. The French
Shenanigans.
would never be inspired.
All right, so
This
go
is
ahead and
gone.
Oh, so we lost 1 and
And this is down to 2.
down to 2. Awesome. All right. This French fire is actually, I was a little scared, but they've held their own, thankfully. And Braddock's actually the one pushing back. But he's still got a lot of units over there, so and my natives are totally gone. So, all right, let's see what we get next.
Leader 3.
Blue leader 3, that is the natives. So all he can really do is just, well, actually, he's got to see if he can get back up. So that is I think it's a 4, 5, or 6 or something, right? A 4. So we'll check it out and come back. So we looked it up, and I needed a 5 or 6. So he's just knocked out still, and the unit is basically stuck there. So next card. Oh wow, that's everything for me. So I got to figure out what Le Perrier wants to do, and or Rousseau, sorry, and come back. All right, so yeah, I needed 8 inches on 3 dice, and I rolled 5. So they're short. I was attempting to get into combat, hit them in the flank there, but didn't work out. So now I'm out in the open, and Kevin asked Alexa to play British Grenadiers. So yeah, we'll just go to the next card. Oof. Oh, wow. Let me think about what I need to do and come back. So I burned my 2 flags, and I'm going to sharp practice with my regulars uncontrolled into that group. Hopefully get them to withdraw again, drop some of Kevin's force morale. We totaled it up. It's 11 shots -1 for the shot. So looking for 4s again. Let's see. Miss. Not great. 5 hits. That's fine. So first 2 on Washington's group. Just a point of shock, so they're up to 4. Braddock's group now. 2 more points of shock, so that's probably pretty good.
9. And then 1.
Yep. Another point of shock. So we'll see what happens and come back. All right, so we figured out Kevin is right at the precipice. He was forced to withdraw another 2 inches, so next turn, if he's forced to withdraw, it looks like one group might be heading off the table. And now he's rolling his bad things to see what happens. Nothing. So that's all of my guys have come out, so now it's all Kevin, so I'm hoping for a tiff in here. Nope. That's the sergeant.
I'll just
Yeah.
remove a point of shock with him.
You can burn flags as well to help him remove more if you want.
No, I don't
he doesn't want to do that. So he's going to take a point of shock off somebody.
And then George, who
And
fired,
George Washington.
but he can remove a point of shock.
And yep.
And well, no. Ooh.
3 in a row. So you can activate a unit or
get greedy.
Or get sharp practice or whatever. So we'll let him. What are you gonna do? Yes or no? He's gonna try to go for 4 flags in a row, I think.
Yeah, I'm going for 4 flags. Leader 4.
Leader 4 is the
Grenadiers.
Grenadiers. So see what he does, and we'll come back. So I went from the chargey to the charge. Kevin about faced and moved 1d6 and got the 3 inches needed. And he assaulted me or charged me, so we totaled it up, and he's gonna get what did we say, 12?
Yeah, I spent 2 flags.
And he burned 2 flags to add more dice to his pile. So he's got 12 versus my 9. So he's looking for 5s and 6s here. That's pretty good so far. It looks like the unit might be wiped out.
Yes.
That looks like, well, yeah.
6.
So 6 casualties. So the leader, well, he's definitely hurt. So there might be 1 guy left over.
Well, and then you're gonna have 3
points of shock. So they're going to be in trouble or gone. So we'll leave those there. And let's see if they can, in their dying action, do any damage to these guys with 9. Wow, they did pretty good too. So we'll total all this up and we'll come back. After the carnage, that is what's left. I got 2 guys with the leader. Kevin has 3 guys with his leader, 2 shock on him, 3 on me. Now we're going to roll to see what actually happens to our leaders. So for mine, this is Lieutenant Rousseau, a 4. I believe that's
light wound, reduced status by 1.
So he's a level 0 leader now. And Kevin,
2 knocked out.
Knocked out. So he's knocked down. Then we'll see if we have any shock withdrawal. So I'm at 2 guys with 3 shock. So I do have to withdraw. And
you lost by what, 1?
And I lost by...
You killed 6, you killed
6.
6, so it's a tie?
It's a tie. Oh, wow. Do we have to fight again?
Oh.
All right, we're going to figure this out and then go back at it. All right, so we looked it up, and it looks like since I have an extra point of shock, I withdrew my 1 inch away from him. And now we're going to roll to see what actually happens. So I'm going to start first. Since Rousseau got wounded, let's see how that affects my force morale. So a level 1 leader wounded on a 5.
Level 1 leader wounded is -1 point.
So -1 for that. And now group obliged to withdraw. That's nothing. So I'm down to 7 points of force morale.
I have a status 2 leader wounded.
So he's a status 2 leader wounded. So let's see what happens to him. 6 is probably bad.
It's -2.
-2 is force morale. So I think we're actually...
I'm at 8.
I'm not too far behind him, thankfully.
What, you got 7 now?
Yeah. And that's the melee. So we'll get on to the next card, I guess. There's not too much left, but...
I have 1 leader left.
He's 1 leader left, and there's a few cards left. So, well, there's another flag. He could sharp practice.
I want to save it.
He's going to save
for
it.
the leader, if I need to. Nope, there it is.
Yeah, nope. Leader 5. So I think he gets
That's Robert.
Oh, Rogers Rangers.
Roger.
Yeah, Robert Rogers. So see what he does and come back. So the assault machine of Rogers Rangers, Kevin plowed forward and barely made it into contact. We totaled everything up, and he's rolling 12 die, and he burned his last 2 flags to get 12. So he's hitting 12. And let's see what he rolls. A bunch of 5s and 6s. Oof.
Not great.
Not great.
3.
4.
4.
4 so far. So 4 dead and 3 shock. Okay, I can live with that.
And your leader might live with that.
Yeah, he might. So we're swinging back with support. Wow, that's really bad. 1 dead and a shock. All right, so we'll clean up and figure everything out. All right, we're going to see if it's Bertrand that got hurt. I need to roll a 5 or a 6. Oh, it's a 6, so it's not Bertrand. So we lost 4 guys there, and we'll figure out how far we need to actually withdraw and all that stuff. So we'll be right back. All right, so bad turn for the French. The formation broke. Bertrand, with all the extra shock from losing by so much, they're fleet an extra 10 inches. Richard's here. They're also facing away from Rangers. So now we're doing the bad things. So first we're going to roll for formation being broken by fisticuffs.
Looking for 5 or 6.
5 or 6. -2. So I'm down to 5. And then we have group breaks. So 3.
-1.
-1. So I've lost 3 total. And we'll come back with the next card. All right, so after everything, I'm down to 4 force morale. So I removed one of my command cards. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
well, there's my big
a
guy.
good start.
So let's see what he can do. Probably not too much, but we'll try our best. So, all right. So Richard, after that crazy rout, he just got his men in line, down to 3 shock, and had them about face and reload. So, next card.
Leader 2.
Leader 2. That's Bertrand. These guys are routing, so he's just gonna pull a shock off, and that actually takes him under. So we'll see what he can do.
So does that mean he gets to activate now?
That's his activation, is just pulling the shock. So next card.
Red flag.
Yep.
Leader 5, which is Rangers. Rangers.
These are the destroyers here. Let's see what they do. So Kevin was conservative, and he just removed the 2 points of shock with Rogers, and they're just gonna hang out there. So
He's my only unit left, basically.
yeah, they're in good shape.
Ooh.
There's 2 flags. He's not gonna do anything. Blue leader 5. I believe that's LaPierre over there, or LaPerriere over there, but without a flag, he's not going to be able to activate. So, he's level
There's
0.
your flag.
I'll wait because, yeah.
Leader 3.
Leader 3, that is the natives, so they'll just.
Oh, you got to try to see if he gets
I got to see if he tries to. He can even get up. So let's see the dice real quick. See if he gets up.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. All right. So, yeah. So we'll see what we can do here and come back. So I got Chief Wimatanye up. He just pulled 2 shock off. And, yep, next card. Red leader 4.
He's down.
He's down. So let's see if he can get back up.
No.
No. So he's just stuck there, so they can't do anything. Tiffin. All right, so we'll figure out who wants to go where, and
I'll reload after.
so Kevin decided to move those dudes and face the proper way, and now he's going to fire with George Washington at my Captain Richard. So he needs 6s with 4 shots.
No.
With nothing.
Reload.
All right, and with my flagged, I moved up my last good strength unit of Marines and LaPerriere up a few inches and loaded my weapons. So next turn.
Ooh, that's a good start.
Flag. Bad for me. Red leader 5. Is that Roger?
It is.
Oh no. All right, so he's gonna move Roger or figure out what he's gonna do. All right, so another decisive combat. Kevin was aggressive. He moved up and he charged my Marine skirmishers. We're both pretty good quality, but he's burning a flag as well, so he's up to what?
11.
11. So he's going to roll first, needing 5s and 6s. Well, that's pretty good.
That's
Just
horrible.
1. All right, we have a chance. Maybe
No.
the luck is finally turned. Yeah.
Rogers is tired.
He
wants
got
to-
greedy.
Jeez.
So 1 6 so far, and I got 9 in return. Let's see what I get. Oh, that's a lot better. So that's looks like 4 dead and 3 shock. So we'll clean everything up and see what happens. All right, so we're gonna do our leaders checks here. So Kevin just rolled and he got a 4 for Rogers, so that means Rogers is hurt. I rolled. He only killed 1 of mine, so it can't be my leader.
I lose picking up 3 dudes.
And he took 3 guys off of the unit with 3 shock. And I think that's it. So we'll just get started.
You picked up yours already.
Yeah. No, I haven't. Yeah. Oh, yes, I did, because there's only 3 dudes. Yeah, no, I did. All right, I didn't, so sorry. All guys are off. Now we're going to roll bad things happen. So we have a
Leader check?
well,
Or leader casualty check.
leader casualty check. 6, a level
Light
2
wound.
leader, light wound, so he's still there.
He's level 1 now.
He's level 1, so we still have next level 2 leader wounded.
Level 2. Okay. Well, that means they break, right?
Yeah, they're definitely withdrawing at least.
All right. So, wounded.
Yep. A 1 is probably just -1 for level 2 leader.
-1.
Yep, so it's not bad.
No, actually, no effect.
Oh, well, no effect
No
then.
effect.
And what else do we got? Group obliged to withdraw, right? Because they're...
Well, I lost.
Oh. Well, we'll figure it out. All right, so after tabulating everything, with the extra shock from losing by 3, and the way Kevin rolled, Roger is actually, it's time for a break, so he's actually gone off the table. So Kevin's now going to roll for level 2 leader routes off the table. That's a 3.
-1.
So we're at -2 so far total because from earlier. And we have the group obliged to withdraw as well.
Or breaks.
Or breaks, yeah. So roll for that. 4.
Which is another 1.
So -3 total for this turn. All right, drawing a card. That was an eventful turn. That's Sergeant Bertrand, so he's going to just pull another shock off. So go ahead.
Red flag.
A red flag.
Leader 1.
Red leader 1. So we'll see what Kevin does. It's Braddock over there. Uncontrolled and with a lot of shock. So we'll see what he does. All right, so Kevin just decided getting them under control and removing shock is more important. So he burned a card or burned a flag to make Braddock level 4. And he just removed a lot of shock and got those guys under control. They are still unloaded, but under control. So next card. Blue flag. Another flag. I'll just keep that for now. Just see what happens. And blue leader 5. All right.
What is that?
That is Rousseau way in the back over there as a level 0 leader. So we won't activate him.
You can always...
Yeah, at that point. No, we'll just wait. I feel like there's another flag.
That's 3, right? No, because we just got 5.
Yeah.
Leader 2's the sergeant.
Yep.
It's just gonna...
Are you gonna use a flag to boost him up or just...
No.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Leader 4.
Blue leader 4. That is my other Marines, the guys who finally shot off Rogers. So I'll activate them and then we'll see what happens. All right. So I rolled really badly, and I removed a shock, and then I rolled 3d6 of movement and rolled 3 1s. So they just got into the woods, so at least they're in hardcover, but that's about it. So we'll go to the next turn, or next draw. It's red leader 3, George Washington. So we'll see what Kevin decides to do. So Kevin got George Washington here. He used a flag to boost him up. Removed a shock, and he's just going to fire at Richard, I assume. Needing 6s. 2 hits. So they're just one group now. So see what happens, and they're in the open. 2 points of shock, so not bad. And they are...
they were fired controlled, so reload.
Load. All right, next card. Blue leader 3. That is my natives. He's level 2, so they're back in the game a little bit. So he's gonna see what he's gonna do. All right, so I used a flag and activated Wimatanya and just took off 3 shock. Hopefully at some point they can come back. They're at 6 with 6 guys. So yeah, we'll see what comes out next. Hopefully a Tiffin. Oh. All right, so that's Richard. So let's see what we're gonna do and come back. All right, so I moved up Richard, took off some shock, and I'm gonna return fire on Mr. Washington here. So I need 6s. We're still at long range, and yep, firing uncontrolled. So looking for 6s on a few dice here, and I got none. So go to the next card. Tiffin. So that's it. We're just gonna reshuffle and see what happens. We're getting close to the end here. I think we probably got one more turn before.
One of our forces.
Yeah, I think we're both at 4 now. So we even.
Flag.
I evened it up, and we were taking a red flag out. Really, we'll probably go one more turn and just see what happens. I think once one of us gets under 3, we'll just call a withdrawal. So we'll see who does that first. So we'll be all right. This is a big one. Let's see what comes up. Red flag. That's good for Kevin. That's my Sergeant Bertrand. So he's gonna I guess just take a shock off, so go ahead and keep going.
2 flags.
2 flags.
You're leader 5.
Leader 5, that's the guy who's level 0, so he actually can't do anything.
Leader 2 is my
sergeant, so...
Do you want to flag us? Okay.
All right. 3 flags, so you can't activate someone. He's not going to do it.
I'll show you.
All right, so my red leader 1, I'll figure out what I'm going to do and come back. All right, so with Richard, I removed more shock, so they only have 1 now. I loaded and presented, so hopefully we can get a sharp practice, but we'll see. Red leader 4, who's that?
Let's see if he gets up.
Oh, that's captain of the Grenadiers. Let's see if he can get up. Needs a 5 or 6. No, he's not. He's still on his butt. So those guys have been neutralized with that bloodiness over there. My 3, which is my native, so let's see if they can get back in the fight and help out a little bit. So with Wimatanye, the chief was able to take another shock off, so they're down to 5. And I tried to move forward, but my roll, I was only able to go 2 inches. So let's see what happens. Tiffin. So Kevin's got 3 flags that he can activate units with, so we'll see what he does and come. All right, so Kevin decided to try to wheel Braddock up and repositioned a little bit to get into a better firing line, and he's just going to fire with Washington's unit needing nothing. Nope. So we're going to shuffle and see what happens. All right, we're ready for the next turn. It's probably the last one. Blue leader 3. That's my Chief Wimatanye and the natives, so we'll figure out what they're going to do. So Chief Wimatanye, as level 2 leader, pulled 1, and then he just moved up a little bit.
What's this? Should be gone.
And this actually should be out of there. That's Rogers. So another blue flag.
Ooh.
Oh, blue leader 1. So I'll figure out what I want to do here, and hopefully we can, I don't know, we'll do some damage. All right, so with Richard, I removed a shock. Had him tell Bertrand to remove a shock. And then they're presented already, so they're just going to fire and load. So we're firing right at Washington. 8 shots, and we're looking for 5s this time because we're presented. That's 3 hits on Washington, so we're hoping that's enough to get these guys to do something. Let's see what Kevin gets here. Dead. So can't be Washington, but you know. Next card, blue flag. Oh, so I'm gonna burn my flags for sharp practice and just have these guys present again, so they're ready for the next. They're ready for the next volley here, and we're blue leader 2. It's Bertrand. He already got activated, so he can't do anything. Yep, red flag.
See if he gets up.
See if he gets up. The Grenadiers guy's been on his butt the whole time.
Oh, come on.
And it's off the table.
No.
Nope. He does not want to get up.
We're so brave.
Yeah, he was really brave. All right, we'll go to the next card.
Leader 3.
Red leader 3.
It's George.
George Washington.
Georgie boy.
Yep.
He's just gonna keep firing.
So they're gonna keep firing.
5.
5. Yep.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
No, well, actually reduce it. I'm gonna spend the card to bring him up 1.
So he's level 2 now.
Yeah.
So he's spending the card,
So,
bring him up.
4, 6 of them.
Yep. So they're gonna be uncontrolled, just firing away, needing 6s. 1 hit. I mean, there's only a group there, so we'll see what happens there in the open. Point of shock. All right. Next card here. That is my leader 5, who is the guy who's level 0, so he can't do anything.
Sergeant. Just gonna remove 1.
And these should have been burned, actually.
Yeah.
So I have 1 flag left. Another flag for you. There's Braddock with the flag, so we'll see what Kevin does. Be right back. So Braddock came out. Kevin removed shock, burned a flag to make him level 4. So they're a little bit getting under control now. He's firing an uncontrolled blast into Richard over there, needing 6s. What? 2 or 3 hits?
I see. Oh, 3 with a chicken.
Yep. So I'll get the 3 saves here. So for Richard, looking for 1s and 2s. 2 more shocks, so they have 3 total. All right, so we'll get to the next one.
4.
Blue leader 4, that's the guy in there, but he got activated by Richard, I believe. No, he didn't. So that's my Marines. So we'll do something with them and see what happens. So Leperrier moved up. He's kind of in the face of all this, but we're just trying to get these guys a withdrawal. So it's only 3 shots, and he's going to be firing here at Georgie Boy, but he only needs 3s. So let's see what we can get here. How about 1 hit?
Low roll.
Oh,
No,
still 1 shock. All right, well, and they are unloaded as well. All right, next card. Red flag. That's a good start for him. That's the native, so we'll activate him. Chief Wimitanya needs to get in this fight, so we'll see what he does. So he just removed another point of shock and kept plowing them forward, hoping to get their shots in the game, but we'll see. 2 flags there. No, he's not going to do it. Red leader 3.
That's George.
Washington. So what's he going to do? So Kevin's burning a flag with Washington to bring him up. Removed a shock, and he's got 6 shots looking for 6s. Doesn't look like anything, so we'll come back and see what we get next. Blue leader 2, that is my sergeant. So these guys are actually down to 2 shocks, so he'll pull 1 more off and see if we can actually get back into the formation. So go ahead next.
My sergeant.
Here's sergeant.
Pull a shock.
He's just going to pull a shock. Alrighty. And that is leader 4. Oh, that's my, it's those guys there. Leperrier. And the skirmish was there, so I'll figure out what I want to do with them and come back. All right, so we're going to try something. Hopefully a game ending, otherwise it'd probably end the game for me. So Leperrier is going to try and charge these provincials here and hope we can make it. So it's 8 inches, so looking for 8 on 3d6. Looks like we got it. Yep. All right, so we're going to initiate here. And just move these guys. We'll just remove the smoke for now. And we also have 2 tomahawks left, so we're going to throw those, looking for 5s and 6s. Oh, look at that. 2 more points a shot.
Nice.
So we'll figure out fisticuffs, and we'll be right back. All right, so we totaled it up. Despite all the stuff we're going on, I have 8 dice. That's pretty good, just because they're so much better than the provincials. But Kevin's burning a flag, and he's going to be throwing back 7. So I will roll mine, and this could win the game or lose the game. We'll see. It's pretty good. Well, he can absorb those casualties, though. So that's 3 kills and 3 shocks so far. Okay. And Kevin's going to throw his attacks back. I only have 3 guys left, so... Oh, man, that's bad.
Oh,
that's
shit.
1 guy dead. So we'll figure out everything and come back. Yeah, we're just going to see if it's George Washington. It is, so that's going to be bad. So we're going to figure that out. George Washington's dead.
No.
No, he's just lightly wounded. So
he's no longer here.
Yeah, he's no longer here, but we're just going to roll the rest. So let's see.
He's back in Mount Vernon.
Yep. So that's wounded. Status 1 leader wounded.
Ew.
That's a minus
1.
So
that's 3.
He's at 3.
1 routes off table.
Yes, status 1 leader routed off the table.
-1.
So he's down to 2.
And group breaks.
And then group breaks.
Nothing.
1, nothing.
No, -1.
-1. So he's at 1 force morale, which I think removes a lot of his flags.
And I think that's what's going to cause General Braddock to realize that discretion is a better part of battle. He doesn't want to die in the 2nd expedition.
Yeah.
So he's
gonna withdraw.
He's gonna withdraw.
All right, good game.
Good game.
The Marines came in. This guy and LePerriere kind of saved the day. Yeah, I mean, Kevin rolled horribly because I think I could have also broken if he had just rolled a few more 5s and 6s. And it was just a question of who's going to roll worse on the table. But yeah, that's it. So we're just going to clean up. And yeah, that's it for French and Indian War Sharp Practice. So